Hi, I'm Annabelle and I'm here with Liz and Tina, and we're going to be talking about the importance of believing in yourself. So we're going to start by talking about what we were most afraid of when we started our companies. And for me, self-doubt, because from day one I knew that I wanted to start a food business. And I actually wrote about 17 books before I actually got to do my food business 15 years later. You just feel that how can you compete against these food giants? And sometimes confidence is more important than competence. So what about you, Liz?
I guess it was not having the monthly pay slip. That was a bit scary, you know, how was I going to pay the rent?
Do you think that you would advise people starting their own business to maybe like save up in the last 3 to 6 months some of their salary as a buffer?
I think what I would really recommend is that when you start, you try and start with some deals. So you
Yes.
tell as many people that you're going to do what you're going to do before you do it, so you can try and build up some early clients or customers.
You were very brave, because I think when you started your first business, you were about to lose your sight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went blind the year I started Great Guns.
Yeah, that is an inspiration to anybody. Like, if you could do it, that, and start your own business, incredible.
It might be, but I do think it's an asset, actually,
Yeah.
being blind, because I've always had to delegate tasks that I'm not good at, and I'm not naturally good at. So I'm rubbish at admin, and I'm rubbish at finance. So I've always had to outsource payroll, VAT,
Yeah.
all those rubbish stuff that I hate doing anyway. But had I been sighted, I probably would have attempted, and that would have wasted all my time in my business. Whereas because I went blind, I outsourced all of that and concentrated on selling.
I think they say, you know, the only failure in life is not trying. And if you
Yeah.
don't try, you're never going to succeed, and you'll never be an entrepreneur. What do you think, Tina?
I think a lot of women just like the security of having a regular job. My personality is very much like I jump into things, so I don't worry that much before getting to the next stage where suddenly more things come up and there are more challenges to overcome. But also, since I first started the blog, I didn't have any significant running costs, so I didn't have the same issues as you, Liz, and I was on maternity leave, so it wasn't a case of me having left the job.
Despite it being the most wonderful thing in the world, having children, it can also be a complete confidence drain, and people see you as being slightly less employable than before. Why do you think women sort of doubt their own abilities?
I just wonder whether we reach a capacity issue. I don't think I've actually changed in my psyche before and after having children, but I do find it harder to balance. And I find that I constantly am guilty about how much time I spend at work, and then when I'm at home, how much I might be neglecting the business. And I think at certain points you need to get better at the art of delegation.
I agree.
And actually not feel that you have to be quite so independent. You know, I am a massive delegator.
After you started, did you still doubt your abilities? Like halfway through, do you think, why am I doing this? Do I have the time to do this? Am I crazy?
I think having the time is just the main issue, but I guess that's also why becoming a mom just probably helps some people take the leap into doing something new. You get that extra courage to make that decision because you want the flexible working hours, and that's what's driven me to do something new in my life.
So Liz, you were just telling me that you think everybody should have at least 3 or 4 businesses because you get better at them as you go along. So what's the biggest business skill that you've unlocked in yourself on your journey?
I think it's the ability to sell a concept, an idea, a proposition, not only to clients but also to staff. I think leadership is all about selling the idea of what the future looks like, and whether that's trying to convince somebody to buy from you and showing them what the future looks like, or an employee to follow you and showing them what the future looks like. I think that's a skill that I've perfected over my career, and hopefully will continue to get better at that.
So what about you, Tina?
The commercial awareness has been something I've developed more, and I'm always looking for new business opportunities, and that's also why I started the distribution business on the back of the blog.
Sometimes the only failure is not trying, and you can analyse something and you'll see their risks, but you just have to start doing it because it's the next step up the ladder. Thank you so much, Liz and Tina, and I hope you found these videos helpful. And here are our top 3 takeaway tips for believing in yourself. Jump in, be courageous, and believe in yourself. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a colleague, find that person who inspires you to believe in yourself. The ability to move on from a failure is key to being a success.